welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list with all of the potential 2022-2023 NFL starting quarterbacks. This doesn't include any of the rookies, but let's go through the tiers. So first we got the best quarterbacks, the elite quarterbacks. Then a little step down to the great quarterbacks. Then solid, I'd take this guy. He'll give me a solid around 500 season. And then potential, but not yet great. So like the young guys who I think have a chance of being great, but they're not there yet. And we just got the trash quarterbacks. But all of the rookies would obviously fall down in potential, but not yet great, because we've never seen them play a snap of NFL football. But we're starting out with a good one. Aaron Rodgers, obviously back-to-back MVP. He's one of my 3 elite quarterbacks I'm going to have up in that category. Next, we got Andy Dalton. I mean, I don't really think there's an argument for him to go anywhere other than trash. He's had his opportunities. He's not been great, though. Next up, Baker Mayfield. I think he could be great in Carolina. We'll have to see. I think he's way overhated. I'll put him in solid. Next is Cam Newton. He tried to make a return and he was just awful. So we got Carson Wentz. I wouldn't say he's trash. He's obviously not great. I'd put him in the same category as Baker Mayfield. He's solid. He'll get you a decent amount of wins, but obviously not great. And then Case Keenum. He was okay in his prime. Now he's just not. He's trash. Not much to say about him. Dak Prescott, I would say he is a great quarterback. He's not elite, but he's better than Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz, so I'd put him in great. Then we got Daniel Jones. I'll give Daniel Jones solid. I think he's overhated. He's not great, not trash. I'll put him in solid. Davis Mills, I'll say he has potential. He has potential. He's not there yet, obviously, but he's young. He showed some signs last season that maybe he could be a decent quarterback in the NFL. And then Derek Carr, I think he could have a big breakout year this year. But I'll put him next to Dak in the great tier. He's solid. He hasn't really had a bad season in his career. And I expect nothing more than 10 wins from the Raiders. I mean, nothing less than 10 wins from the Raiders this year. And now we get to Drew Lock. Not much to say. Gardner Minshew. I mean, Gardner Minshew isn't. I think he could be okay. Same with Drew Lock, but they just haven't really. I mean, Drew Lock's gotten a good chance. Gardner Minshew really hasn't. But there's a little bit I see in them that, hey, maybe Drew Lock will shine with the Seahawks. You never know. But next we got Jacoby Brissett. He's a backup for life. He will be starting for the Browns for a while this year with Deshaun Watson out suspended. But now we got Jalen Hurts next. He definitely goes into the potential, but not great. I think he will be great if he can develop well, which I think he will. Then we got Jameis Winston. I'll actually put him in solid. He seems to fit in with Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones, like that category, like the mid-tier quarterbacks. And then Jared Goff is another guy, and same with Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, they're not stellar quarterbacks, but they're definitely not bad. And then Joe Burrow, I don't think there's much to say about him. He's close to being an elite quarterback. He's definitely great. But the next couple years, I would not be surprised if him, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, if those 3 quarterbacks are really just running the league. And then Jordan Love, we haven't really seen nearly enough of him, so I'll put him in. He has potential, but I don't think he's gonna be that great. And then we got Josh Allen. In my opinion, the best quarterback in the NFL next season. He is unbelievable, and him and Aaron Rodgers are 2 of my top 3 quarterbacks. I think most of you will be able to guess who my 3rd elite quarterback is. But now we got Justin Fields, another guy who I think has a lot of potential, but he's in kind of a rough Bears organization that isn't really helping him out too much. But I think he could get there. And then Justin Herbert, I mean, he's just like Joe Burrow. They're both great, young, and they will be running the league in the next couple of years. The AFC is going to be so dominant with Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, all these young, amazing quarterbacks. Then we got Kirk Cousins, and most people I think could put him in solid. I actually think he's great. I think he's way overrated. I mean, underrated. He is he has not really had a bad year with the Vikings. He's been a good quarterback every single year, and in a well above average quarterback. He's definitely better than everyone in that solid category. And now we got Kyler Murray, kind of similar to Kirk, but I think he's better than Kirk Cousins, honestly. Uh, and then a very similar quarterback to Kyler, Lamar Jackson. He's also great. He's not elite, but he had one elite season, 2019, when he won the MVP. But other than that, he's kind of had, I guess you could call them disappointing seasons after that, since he just hasn't really repeated that season. But he's still been a good quarterback. And now we got Mac Jones, and I'm not even going to put him in the potential. I think he's already great. I mean, he led his team to the playoffs as a rookie, and give all the credit to Bill Belichick you want. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's a great quarterback. Marcus Mariota, trash. Matt Ryan, trash. Actually, I'll give Matt Ryan solid. He'll win you some games. See how he does as a Colt with Jonathan Taylor. But he's not great, not trash. And then Matthew Stafford. I'll give him great. I mean, he did just lead his team to the Super Bowl. He's better than all those solid quarterbacks. But I do think he got a little overrated this season. I mean, the Rams' defense, I think, is what carried them to the Super Bowl. But Stafford and Cooper Kupp had a phenomenal season together, obviously. And then we got Trubisky, trash. Nick Foles, trash. I mean, Nick Foles, he's old. He won a Super Bowl. That was one of the best stories from as a backup quarterback stepping in for injured Carson Wentz and going and beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Like, that was just phenomenal. And now here we are, Patrick Mahomes, my third and final elite quarterback. I think he's better than Rodgers. I think those are my top three. We got Allen at 1, Mahomes at 2, Rodgers at 3. Now we got PJ Walker. Not much to say about him. He's not good. Russell Wilson. He's a great quarterback. He has kind of taken a step down, like especially last year. But we'll see how he does in Denver. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's retired, so we're just not going to do him. Sam Darnold got enough chances, and he did not. He did not perform on Carolina or New York. I think he's done. I don't really think he's going to get another chance, nor does he really deserve one. He's the definition of a bad quarterback. His decision making is it's horrible. But now we got Deshaun Watson, who could be an elite quarterback, but we haven't seen him play in a couple years, and we might not get to see him play this year, so we'll have to see. Heinicke, oh, this one's tough. I want to put him in solid so bad, but he's not as good as those other quarterbacks. I mean, if I put Jameis Winston in there, I'm going to give it to him. I put Jameis Winston in there. I'll put Taylor Heinicke in solid as well. As a quarterback, Taysom Hill is not good. As a tight end, he's okay, but he's just a fun guy to watch, honestly. He can do everything. Teddy Bridgewater, yeah, I'd say trash. He'll win you some games, but I don't think he's nearly as good as anyone in the solid category, so I'll give him trash. Trevor Lawrence, potential, a lot of potential, not yet great. Same with Trey Lance. And I'll put Tua I think he's still young. I still think he has so much potential. I'll give him in I'll put him in potential, but not yet great. Tyrod Taylor, not great. Zach Wilson, I think, has a lot of potential, but we'll have to see how he does. The Jets got a ton better this offseason, so hopefully Zach Wilson can perform. And then the last one we're doing, Ryan Tannehill. I think he is the definition of a solid mid-tier quarterback. Not much else to say about him. But yeah, that's my tier list. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. I think it's hard to argue against Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers are the top three. I did notice Tom Brady's not on this tier list, but I would put him in great. Probably the top of great. I think he's like my sixth best quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he's in the top five anymore. I think now that Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert are here, I think that those two fill in the top five with the three elite quarterbacks. But that's my list. Let me know what you guys think down below, and peace out. See you next time.